if you guys were not with us during the last stream, I was actually starting to build up a little shelter, you know? It's kind of like a little farm or something like that. I don't know how to call it. Here for my animals. I honestly just enjoy a lot having animals here in Minecraft. Um, I love animals. My parents didn't love them when I was a kid, so I still have that idea of wanting a lot of pets and stuff like that. You guys can actually see I have, like I mentioned, a small dog and two cats. And well, we're still working out on the relationship of them. Hey. Let's see now. I believe that's a zombie. Well, that was a really good way to start our streaming. I was not expecting to have to start hunting monsters not so fast. Anyhow, so little by little, I wanna see with you guys, how do you guys, how you guys are liking my streaming? How are you guys liking actually the level of interaction and everything that I'm trying to have with you guys? So I constantly try to keep a close monitoring on my streaming. I try to keep it like in a way. Oh, look, another wolf. Let's try, why not? For you guys that don't know, wolves are actually tamed by feeding them, oh great, bones, which sadly it didn't work. So there's a small rate actually of taming them for them to accept you. If not, they're simply gonna consume the bone and you're gonna lose it. So thankfully I have a little bit of an assortment of bones in here. It's not much. Let's try only with 2 more, because I also don't wanna waste them that much. I'm gonna try because they are there, but in reality, we can just keep going on. Something I was thinking that I'm gonna be doing today is actually I'm going to be starting. I really want to start. I'm gonna create a creature in here. I have done it in a few other worlds. Okay, they left. I went to get the bones for nothing. Oh, here. Hi. There we go. There you see, guys. I actually used with him 5 bones. And just 1 actually worked. That actually gives you an idea of how is the ratio of the opportunity of taming the wolves. They're actually very nice. They normally follow you. I'm doing this just because I still don't want to lose track of them and anything. Some of them actually like to attack the livestock, the passive mods. They normally follow you. Come on. And come on. There we go. So and if you right click them afterwards, they just sit down and they stay here chilling. I don't even know why I'm explaining this, because I have not had the chance yet of actually talking with my community, with my viewers. I have gotten an average of around 10 viewers through my streamings. They come and go. I hope really we can start building it up a little more, and for it to work soon. And well, in reality, because I have not been able to actually build up much communication on the aspect of engagement when you guys message me back and everything, like in the comments, the chat here or in X or in anything like that, I don't really know yet if you guys are actually, how much do you know of Minecraft? So, for me to be explaining this kind of things, I also don't want to make it seem like I just want to pretend to know what I'm doing, because in reality, I don't. I really don't know what I'm doing. Most of what I have been doing here in Minecraft, it has been a matter of luck, to be completely honest with you guys. Okay, right here. So it has been a lot of luck that I haven't actually died that frequently. So actually, let me try to do something here. Okay. Let's see, I'm just changing a little bit here my layout because I wanna have an option here to see your guys's. So we have the goals of the channel, you know. So let's see. I'm gonna be very optimistic and I'm gonna say that we're gonna have a goal today. I'm gonna be streaming for a few hours. Let's say 3. I would really hope for 3 followers. I would really love to. Then let's see. I really hope that we actually get to it. Honestly, I really hope so. I know that a lot of people is gonna see it like an, yeah, that typical judgy. But I also gotta be realistic. I don't have that many followers. I actually don't have any follower here yet. My YouTube channel and my podcast already have a few followers. I hope you guys give the chance to it and go and check it out, because I really want us to work out and make this community grow. Believe me, that is actually something I really, really want. Because, if you guys remember, I mentioned to you guys a few of the actual goals that I have for the community, for my channel and everything. I wanna give the chance of everybody at some point to communicate with me. One of the main focuses that I have here for the channel in general, it's to talk about mental health. Talk about the things that they scare you, they freak you out, or anything like that. And I want us to be able to address those things. Because, again, I'm not an extremely savvy person, I'm not an extremely smart person. But, oh crap, I left the glass up there. I told you guys, I'm an idiot. I constantly say it. I'm gonna be shaming myself quite often while playing. But anyhow, one of the main things I actually want to be able to do while doing my podcast, while doing my streamings, while doing my videos, I really want to be able to actually build up a rapport and engagement with you guys, so that we can actually become a closer community. I really want to give the chance to everybody to express themselves and everybody to actually get to like it. Let me see. Okay, so let's see. I just want to make sure that it's not there. Okay. Oh. You see? That's actually what I was saying. That's why I was taking the wolves with a leash. Because when they see a passive mob, something that you can actually call a prey, they go and eat it. They go and kill it. So for example here, I got that. Well, actually, I think I have some sand there. I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start making some glass because you guys saw a few parts of my mine. I actually like doing a lot of glass in there because that way we are safe from the mods. Let's see. So I have the panels. I knew it. I'm gonna be placing it in the mine because that's where I have most of my coal and charcoal. And we are going to oh gosh, I see that this is jamming a little bit. Okay, better. We are going to actually be I want to do a little bit of an interesting craft with you guys. You guys will see. Oh, actually, I had some wool here already. I don't know why. Let's see. We also need this. So let's use a little bit of stone. Okay. Okay. Let's do 2 more. Okay. So let's say 16. And 16. That way we still have some. And I'm gonna grab as much as I can. We're gonna be just placing them here, one next to the other. Oh, there was light gray wool. I didn't know that. Chill. So we're gonna be making a little bit of a line of furnaces. I'm gonna be placing half of my ore in here. And we're gonna let them work. Okay, so I don't think it's gonna be done completely by the time we come back, but we're gonna give it a chance. So for the next thing that I'm gonna be doing, I don't know how much people, because actually I didn't know it for the longest time, and I attribute it to, like I said before, being an idiot. I'm actually going to be making golems. You want to know why? Because I can. I just enjoy doing them. I'm gonna be placing a few around. I'm gonna make a little bit of a perimeter around the house or the farm, the shelter. I don't know how you guys want to call it. Let me know in the comments whether if it's here in X, in YouTube. I'm gonna be listening to you guys. Give me ideas to how to name that thing, so that we can actually have a way to refer to it. Let's see, what do we find here? Hello, any friend in here? Oh, there's gravel in here that can actually break. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Hello? Any friend in here? Okay, we're gonna explore that. Great. That's why I always carry dirt with me. We're gonna be doing some exploration afterwards. Right now I just wanna chill out. You guys know. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, cacao. I'm eventually also gonna start taking cows on my farm. Okay, I actually think that's more than enough. It's actually very interesting. I don't know how much you guys are actually. Hey, we got the first one. Thank you. So let's say BB Yalexis. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that correctly because I know I'm gonna shred it completely. Thank you, we got our first follower. That's actually something really exciting for me. So if you have anything that you want to talk about, that you want to discuss, questions, whatever, just let me know. You can write it in the chat, you can write it on my X, and I'm gonna be more than happy to talk with you guys. I'm gonna let you know basically anything about my life. I don't really try to hide anything but my face. Because I don't consider myself as somebody handsome, but eventually you guys are gonna see my face and we are going to have an actual reaction for that from you guys. So let's see what we're gonna do right now. I don't know if I have any of this. I'm still gonna grab some. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna be grabbing some pumpkin. So that's pretty much anything we need for those of you guys that have never done. Okay, yes, I'm definitely gonna have to put a roof on top of my little perimeter. Thankfully, here we have it sheltered. Just because I like being annoying. I didn't had a little bit, but it's not enough. By far not enough. Let's see. So, if you guys have never done before golem, I'm gonna show you guys. The golems are actually made with blocks of snow and with pumpkins. Let's see. Okay, my phone just alerted me that I got a new follower. So, you get this ones. I cannot recall completely if it's 2 or 3 that you need. I'm gonna try with 2. So you need these 2. And actually I need the iron as well, which I do have some iron already here. Right here. Then you go here, you need to do shears. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna cook this thing. If I get some fuel as well, it would be awesome. Let's see. I don't have anything I can use as fuel. That's beautiful. I have the sticks, but I'm gonna have to bring some wood or some charcoal or something. We're gonna work on that later. So, you're gonna, now that we have the shears, we just place the pumpkin on top of them, and you make a little face. And hello. How you doing, buddy? In general, you can actually not do much with them. If there's like aggressive mobs, you know, like monsters and stuff like that, they are actually gonna try to defend your place. They are not gonna attack your stuff. And they always leave a trace of snow whenever they walk. And they attack the hostile mobs with snowballs. They are actually fairly weak. I'm also not gonna talk crap in there. I don't know why I did that. I lost it. Anyhow. They don't actually do much. I just like to have them here walking around. I just literally like them. Now, for those of you guys, like I said before, that you guys are not so used to work with them, to have them. Let's see. I'm gonna leave my snow here. And still my iron. This is for the wolves later. Yeah, I think. And this. The pumpkin seeds. So, for you guys that don't know, if you actually make a golem, one of those snow golems, while it's raining, or if they touch water, like if they actually come to a river or something like that and they get slightly wet, they die, they disappear. So I definitely don't want that to happen. Like I said before, I'm gonna be making a little perimeter. I'm gonna start working on it very soon. I love seeing the change. I'm gonna be trying to make a perimeter with fences and everything. And let me see, I do have another axe. And I'm gonna be making a roof as well for them, because I want to make sure that they won't just die because of dying, you know. Let's see. Again, I don't know how much you guys are familiar with Minecraft. Personally, with this type of trees, I like doing this. Just go down. Okay, let's see. Of course, when it's possible, like for example, those very, very tall ones, don't necessarily have to try to risk it, but if possible, I do it. Let's see. And I still don't know how much you guys actually know about Minecraft, about how to do stuff, you know, the tricks and everything. So if you have any question about how to craft or how to use something, let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat, X. I'm also gonna be posting my streams in YouTube on my channel. The links are on the description of my, damn it. The links are on the description of my Twitch channel. Let me know and I will help you with that. Again, I'm not extremely good at the game, but I know enough. Let's see, perfect. I know enough to at least pretend to be good. And if I don't know, I'm gonna research it. It's not that hard. I'm actually a person that is extremely curious. So if I see something that I don't know, I'm gonna be researching. I'm gonna be trying to figure out what's going on with that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. It also can be done like this. It's not a big deal. Just literally the way that you prefer it. Okay, perfect. So I actually had a few people asking me from, you know, the community. Still, it's not really big. It's not that noticeable yet. Let's put it that way. So, I actually, in my podcast, I was talking with them. Like, I'm really happy. It's not much, I know. Like, I know that this is not like an actual goal for a lot of people to win podcasts and social media and everything. But for me, it feels like a huge success. Today, my podcast actually reached for the first time. Obviously, not every episode. It's the podcast in general. I have 12 episodes so far. I'm gonna be posting another one today. My podcast as a whole, today it finally went over 100 reproductions, 100 downloads, plays, whatever you call it, because every website calls it different, so I don't know how to actually name it. The main site where I actually post it, it's in Spotify, and they specifically call it I believe it's, let me see. I remember it's kind of like views or listeners or something like that. Let me see. It's actually loading right now. Oh, another fox. Hello. That's what I was telling you. They are really passive. They are really fast as well. They tend to run as fast as they can when you get close to them. That's why I have mine inside of a fence, because they were the first animals I was actually able to get when we started this world. Okay, let's see. Perfect. So So they actually call it streams in general. Um, According to this, let's see. When streaming, actually my computer gets fairly slow. Like I said, I'm gonna have to update a lot of things in my computer. I'm gonna get a new, GPU. I'm gonna be getting a new graphics card. The RAM, it's actually doing really good. That one I don't have much trouble. I have 16 of RAM, and I'm gonna have to get a bigger hard drive because it's by far not enough. Like the games are actually really big. And I want to make sure that I keep a good system so that we can actually have a good time here. Number one, recording the videos and the streaming and everything actually takes a lot of space. So I'm gonna have to start working on that. I spoke with my wife about it. For you guys that don't know, like I said before, if you guys are new in the channel, if you guys are new in the community, if you have never listened to my podcast before, I have my wife in the podcast specifically. She is kind of like my co-host. She's gonna be helping me with some episodes and everything. She gives me topics, opinions, and everything. Her name in the podcast it's Nova. I still don't know if that's gonna be her actual name, because with her we have another project. We're gonna be opening another channel in YouTube, because she actually wants to start doing reviews. Let's just do this. She wants to start doing reviews. She wants to have a channel where we actually start checking different products in general. There's not gonna be like a specific theme for it. It's gonna be just testing. It's gonna be how can I explain this? We are extremely curious people. Heads up for the ADHD. So we actually love to just get weird stuff. And we have seen many times those type of channels, that they do like random reviews, that they do different segments for pets, for babies, for people, for family, different types of food or whatever like that. And we actually want to do that same thing. It's her specifically, the one that it's really trying to work it. We're just finishing to get all our equipment and everything, because we're gonna need like a different type of camera, because the only camera that I have is not gonna... Oh, that is new. I haven't seen that. Great. Anyhow, I'm gonna go and see if it's actually inhabited, because I hope not. I hope really it's not. So, like I was saying, and I spoke with her. Oh, that's actually cool. I actually got a new follower today in my podcast. That makes me really happy. And well, I'm gonna be working in a lot of projects here. Honestly, my wife and I, we both have been wanting to work in social media. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to leave here soon because it's gonna get dark. We'll see. Anyhow, these are projects actually that we wanted to do for quite some time. Personally, I have, and I swear I don't say this in a self-centered way. I have a lot of friends, they have told me multiple times that because we are a little bit, what would be the right way to say this? We are actually extremely spontaneous. Like, we out of the blue, we're gonna come out and we have a whole new set of goals, a whole new set of ideas and everything, and nobody never knows what we're gonna be doing next. We're the type of people, and I actually enjoy it. I love doing that because I think it's abandoned. If it's abandoned, I'm gonna be so happy. Oh, please be abandoned. So what is Oh no, 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 it's not abandoned. Great. Ha! You fall. Okay, so I see 3 or 4. I'm not quite sure. 4, Crap. Well, whatever. I'm gonna start rating it soon, eventually. You guys know what? I'm gonna get a decent amount of snow, and I'm gonna attack them with the golems. I don't think they're actually gonna be able to do anything. Much. Oh. Oh, crap. Much less to say clear them out, don't get me wrong. Wow. What is that? Is that a portal? Okay, I'm gonna go and check it out. So, anyhow, great. An Enderman. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna go home and hide myself from the monsters and everything. And we are going to explore a little bit here tomorrow. Well, you know, the day after. And we're gonna be working in a lot of projects. I really want to ask you guys, for you guys to, go and check out my podcast. I really hope you guys get to enjoy it. I really do it with a lot of passion, with a lot of interest for you guys. I have struggled with my mental health for years, for many, many years. Actually, since I was a teenager. I was a very young teenager, actually, when I started having issues, with depression, anxiety, and everything else. My parents never wanted to accept that there was anything bad or so. So I actually got diagnosed later on in my life, already as an adult, when doing my own stuff and everything. I also turned out to be dyslexic. I ended up being as well, having ADHD. So it's funny because my mom says, even today, like even now in the present, she says that it's just an excuse to try to explain my irresponsibility, that I need to, be better and just walk it off and whatever. And I know, because I have it, and I know a lot of people that has it as well, that the first depression and anxiety are not a game. Those are not things that actually are gonna be in your life just for the matter of. It's very complicated. But I also what are they looking at? Okay, that I have never seen it happening before. There's a spider on top of my house. Let's see. That's what I was telling you. They actually attack some of the aggressive mods and everything. That's sweet. They told me about it. Ha! So, actually, my parents, even today, they don't like accepting the fact that, I have depression. Whenever I tell them, they're like, oh, you just gotta be happier. And I'm like, nah, like, really? And I come with my parents and I tell them, like, hey, I don't feel good and everything. And they're like, well, you just walk it off. Like, wash your face and be happy. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. But thank you. So, yeah, it's actually very complicated to live with those kind of things. I sadly have a lot of experience with that myself, and it sucks. I can personally say that it sucks. But it's hard. It is hard. I can only put it in that way, because it's simply ironic that sometimes we actually have to get by ourselves, have to start making our own choices for everything to start working up, because finally I started treating myself and everything, and things are looking a little better now. I'm still having my issues, I'm still struggling. Got scared there for a second. I thought that there was a skeleton. So just to give you a perspective of that, I actually was already married when I finally was able to start treating myself for my anxiety, for my depression, when I formally got diagnosed with ADHD. And it sucks, the fact that I actually had to struggle with that most of my life for nothing. And I don't mean that it means nothing. I'm saying that it's actually how can I say it? How can I put it? It was manageable. I actually could have managed it since I was a kid, if just given the right resources. But sadly, I actually had the issue that my mom, well, my parents, both of them actually, for that matter, but more my mom than my dad, she doesn't believe in this kind of mental health struggles, ADHD, attention deficits, and stuff like that. She says that everything is a matter of decision, and that you should be able to simply work it out. Like, for example, people with a lot of anxiety are gonna feel very identified with this. You guys know perfectly what restless leg syndrome is. I'm sorry, dyslexic. It destroys my ability to pronounce some complicated words. And the funny thing is that happens in English and in Spanish. It doesn't matter the language. Anyhow, actually, what it happens is that I cannot stop moving my legs. I feel anxious all the time, and I'm constantly making my legs bounce and vibrate, you know? And I remember when it scared me. I thought it was one of those guys. I love it. I love getting scared like that. And well, the point is that I remember when I was a kid, my mom constantly told me that I had to stop moving my legs, and she used to nag me really, really hard, honestly, like really hard, telling me that only the unbalanced and traumatized people, only crazy people bounce their legs like that. Only they have restless leg. And it actually sucks, because I grew up actually with her telling me this. I actually grew up feeling bad because of that, because I always felt that I was doing something bad, and it was not. It was just a symptom of anxiety. Is that a bird? Let's see. I just need to give a quick jump. Okay. They're not looking at me. So, like I was saying, she always put in my head the thought that I was doing bad. That's what I wanted to avoid, but anyhow. That I was doing something bad by feeling anxious, by feeling sad, by feeling depressed. And even today, because that actually happens even as an adult, she tells me that, you know, depression, it's completely about that, you know, it's 100% about attitude, and that if you want to feel good, you're gonna feel good, and just, you know, the typical one, attract the positivity, attract the positive vibe. And I'm like, doesn't work that way, you know. which it sucks. But I, at the same time, cannot do anything about that. Because, number one, I have the depression. Number two, the depression doesn't go away. Number three, and even more important than anything, it doesn't really matter if I just try to be positive, try to smile and stuff like that. Like, fine, things are gonna look better for a moment. But in reality, if you still feel bad, if you're still not okay, if you still feel that things are not alright inside you, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna help. Like, smiling is gonna work only so much. And I have heard a lot of people saying things like, you have to fake it until you make it. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. Because yes, you can actually fake some things like that. You can actually fake some reactions in your life. Yeah, it is a portal. But that is not gonna work with absolutely everything in your life, You cannot fake until you make it. Just the fact of forgetting that you have depression. Let's see, I can actually drop here in the water. Woo! And the rest of the time is still gonna suck. Still it's gonna be bad. But what else am I supposed to do, So my mom actually, well, both my parents, normally there's a chest right there, I see it. No, my parents don't even know that I'm taking medications and stuff like that. Let me see. And it sucks that I cannot talk to them, that I constantly have to hide an actual part of my life, because even though it's something, definitely negative, because depression is never gonna be a good thing, I still have to hide it from them constantly, because they are never gonna take it in a good way. They are never gonna tell me like, oh, that's good that you're taking medication. It's good that they are treating your ADHD, because they don't believe in it. Was that fire or lava? Okay, that I saw that there was fire. I could swear that I saw fire there. Anyhow. Oh, crap. They're never gonna accept the fact that I am not what they like to consider normal. And it sucks. It sucks. If you guys actually go to my Spotify, in my podcast precisely, I actually made an episode. I recorded an episode talking about something that actually takes you down that path exactly. It's called expectations. So the thing is that it actually affects us a lot, and I don't mean it just to myself, just to my wife and everybody around me. It goes a lot farther than that. It's something that it's gonna affect people in general, people that are feeling bad and sick, and they feel sad and they feel depressed at any time, any given time. They are not gonna be okay. And a lot of things that actually trigger us, that actually affect us for our depression to feel worse, it's gonna come from our families, our spouses, family, close friends, or things like that, like people like that they have some point of, what would be the word, like connection, some type of relationship with you. And they are gonna have expectations of you. They're gonna come out later and they're gonna tell you that they expect something from you, that they want to see you as a huge professional, as I don't know. For example, in my case, my parents, for the longest time, actually, one of their eternal fights, it was the fact that they wanted to see me going into engineering school, because my dad is an engineer. And I am in the medical field. Again, for those of you guys that don't know, I am a medical assistant and I'm going to nursing school, and my actual goal is to become a nurse practitioner. But uh, even then, my parents, I'm not gonna say that they never supported me, because that also would be, you know, victimizing myself a little bit too much. Um, they actually, even though they supported me because they were like, yeah, you're gonna be a doctor eventually, I still had a lot of that typical and very traditional response from Latino parents. Because I gotta be completely honest, that is actually a very strong stereotype, sadly. Um, the your dad did it, so you gotta do it. That sucks. I don't know why my streaming is actually jamming. I apologize for that. So, um, I remember the fact that I would come and tell them, hey, I want to be a doctor. Oh, but you can be an engineer. And I'm like, nope, I don't want to. Hey, I want to be a nurse practitioner. And they're like, no, why do you gotta be a nurse if you can be an engineer? And I'm like, because I don't want to be an engineer. And actually, still today, I'm 30 years old. I have been in the medical field for quite some time at this point. You know what? I'm gonna take this one. I have been in the medical field for quite some time at this point. Come here. Let's go. And they would constantly tell me things like that I had to realize that, the medical field, it's too hard to grow. It's too hard to make it actually work. And even if I want to, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be real. Come on. Come on. Do I have any weed in here? Yes, I do. So yeah. There we go. Or is it too small for it? Yeah, it's too small. So, my parents used to tell me constantly, like, every single excuse that they could use, they used it. And it was always the same, like, their same point. Like, oh, you know what? So, medicine, it didn't work. So, are you gonna be an engineer? And I'm like, no. Because I'm still studying, I'm still doing something, I'm still learning more. Like, I'm not done with this yet. And they would always do the same and start talking to me like, hey, you gotta make sure that you're taking the right decisions for your life and everything. And I'm like, and why do you think that I'm not taking the right decisions? Well, because life, it's too hard for you in the medical field, so maybe you have to realize now that you are not meant to be there, that you are gonna do better in sales. My mom is a saleswoman, like, she's actually a really good one. And my dad is an engineer. My dad is like, or maybe in engineering, like, you're supposed to be a mechanic, an electrician, and everything. In Guatemala, they actually made me study. They sent me to study in something like a trade school, just to give you an idea. Back in Guatemala, the schooling system, it's a little, no, it's actually very different from here. And the way that it works for us is that when we reach the high school, we call it bachillerato. You actually have to choose a path. You have to choose a career. So there's many different schools that they have like a specific careers. You can call it like the trade school here, but for us it's still high school. Like, you actually get your high school diploma with that. So we have to, whenever you have one of those, you are in one of those schools, you actually have to study both things, like the general high school side, and then the whatever specifications of the trade that you're learning. So by the time that you're finally graduating from high school, depending on what you chose, it's gonna be 2 or 3 years of high school, and you're gonna come out already with a profession. And of course, it's not like a college degree or something like that. You still have to go to college and everything, but you can already come out with like some technical careers, knowledge in, I don't know, like programming. There's a few in nursing. I did personally industrial electricity and industrial mechanic and stuff like that. And you come out already with something that you can start working with, and it helps you. It helps you. I'm also not gonna talk bad about what my parents were trying in that aspect, because I see the why. They wanted to give me something so that when I finally came out to the world, I was gonna have a profession. I was gonna have something that I could work with, and I was not gonna be completely I don't know how to say it, like in bad economical situations. I'm going to be able to actually pay for my studies, pay for my life, and everything. And especially now that I'm married and everything, they were looking for me to be a provider for my wife and stuff like that, which I am deeply grateful for that, because it's incredible. It's incredible. It did help me a lot. Um, for some time, I'm not gonna go that much into specifics. I was unemployed, and I actually survived by doing some electricity freelancing work. Of course, I never claimed that I had licenses or whatever from the US, because I can't. I'm not gonna get myself on that hole. Um, but I would explain to the people, like, I am an electrician in Guatemala. I actually know how to do these things, and even if I don't have a license here, I can actually do it. Um, I'm definitely gonna charge you less than what an licensed electrician is gonna charge you here, and I would get some jobs here and there, and I would uh, come back with $200-300 after a day of work and stuff like that. Obviously, it was not something consistent. It was not something that I could actually call my job, my full-time work, or anything like that. And I'm an idiot. I whatever. And when I finally I did try it, I'm not gonna lie, I did try to work in a company as an electrician formally, and I was told no because I didn't have a license, and if I wanted to work with them, I would actually have to get the license eventually, and I had to start studying because I was gonna have to get the testing and everything else. But in that time, I was already in nursing school and everything. I was already working in, like, towards the medical field, so I didn't want it to lose the chance. That's why I didn't actually pursue that side. But other than that, I actually had the chance to work as an electrician here. It did help me a lot. But going back to the point with all this, actually my parents chose that career for me. I wanted to go to a high school to study for a medical high school, they're called Premedicina Premed High School, but my parents said no because it was not gonna be beneficial enough and everything. And actually they were 100% right, because and that's actually something that followed me all the way here to the US, and I see it. Nobody hires a pre-med because you don't have enough experience for doing anything. You don't have licenses, you don't have authorization, and it sucks. Anyhow, I remember feeling extremely down and extremely sad when my dad told me that I was not gonna be able to come on, buddy, move. that I was not gonna be able to go to beautiful the pre-med school because it was not gonna be helpful enough. It was not gonna be something that would actually end up benefiting my future, because yes, it was gonna give me the path for going into college and everything, because pre-med, but it was not actually gonna show me any type of benefit when thinking about working, when thinking about not drowning in debt, when thinking about not being independent. Because one thing that my parents always told me, it was, as soon as you get married, as soon as that happens, as soon as you say yes or I do or whatever, you're your own man. In that moment, you become the house of the head of a household, and on the same hand, you have to take that step, like take that risk. And it's actually it was complicated, to say the least. So my dad actually told me that I needed to have a career, and he didn't let me go into pre-med school. But whatever. It's, believe me, it's at this point in my life not something that makes me sad anymore. Because I actually had different types of benefits from being an electrician. People that I was able to help, people that I was able to meet, some working that I was able to do, as a freelancer and everything. Hello? Am I getting a ride? So, it was definitely something that came out being beneficial for me, like very, very beneficial afterwards. And I couldn't see it there. But on the same hand, it still has a few, I guess you can call it sequels or ideas on my head, because it makes me feel like I'm still doing a lot of things wrong because I'm not what they want. And I am my own person, I'm an adult, and I actually let them have their own life. I really try not to involve them in my life, because I don't want them to be part of most of those choices. I want to do what I want to do, and the last thing I want it's for them to just come out and tell me you're doing it wrong because it's not what we said. And you want to know what's the funniest part of that? It actually happens. It happens quite often. Okay, we're gonna breed some foxes just because I want to, because that makes me happy. Okay, let's see. Come on. Come on. Those two that are still running are so annoying. All the rest already behave so nice. So, there you go. We bred some foxes. And now, if you see them right here, we got a baby kitten. What does he have in his mouth? This one already has something in his mouth? Yeah. No, I thought he had. Because they all grab a lot of things. Anyhow. So, and those expectations actually, guys, they hurt. Because it sucks that you feel that you're never enough. It actually sucks that you feel that you're never enough, that you're not doing the things right, that everything that you're doing, it's just a mistake because you're still a kid and you don't know what you're doing. And personally, it happened to me a lot, especially right now. Again, if you guys check out my podcast, you guys are gonna be able to see that. Oh, he got scared. If you guys actually see my podcast, hear my podcast, listen to, I cannot even speak anymore. If you check my podcast out, you guys are gonna see that I forgot that was a fence. That actually spoke up a bit about that. I actually lost my job recently. It was in December, and I was unemployed for a bit of time, and it has been quite an adventure to be able to find another job, especially because actually I'm gonna do something. Sorry, my ADHD brain tends to trigger when I'm playing this kind of games, because I think like 20 different things at the same time. Especially in games like Minecraft, I actually think a lot about the things that I'm gonna be able to do with certain specific actions, and they just come like that. It's kind of like intrusive thoughts, just to give you an idea. Let's do 3, and I'm gonna put the rest in here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the glass, and I'm gonna leave the berries, because I have the mutton. So let's go. Anyhow, where I was going with all this, when for you guys to see, that's what I was telling you. When they have their eyes red like that, it's because they located a prey, and they are trying to kill it. Ah, poor guy. 2 different wolves are chasing it, and it's almost dead. It's dead. Well, it would be a waste for it to got a waste. Anyhow, I lost my job, like I was mentioning, and it sucked. It really sucked. I was working for a college. I was actually a college professor, and well, I also don't wanna like give myself that much hair. Like, I was a professor for the medical assistant program. Like, I was the person in charge of that program. And the place where I was working, they decided to take some conversations out of context, and I promise you, they were actually taken out of context, and they screwed me up. They decided that they wanna simply say no, and they pushed me away. So I was actually unemployed for quite some time. I'm still unemployed, because the place where I'm gonna start working, I cannot start until February. So, I'm still gonna be streaming. I'm still gonna be working on a podcast and everything. Nothing else that is gonna change. But that was the point. That things actually got really hard. I knew that there was fire extending. I knew it. So going back to that, I, like any person, I came and I tell to my parents, like, hey, this happened, and they actually screwed me up. I got fired, and I didn't do anything wrong, but I got fired. And their first response was immediately, what did you do? I'm like, nothing. Really, I didn't do anything. Like, I actually didn't do anything at all for this to happen. Like, they just called me one day, and they are like, well, you're done. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you're done. But why am I done? Like, what did I do? You're done. And I actually had to harass, what's the name? HR, human resources, for almost 3 or 4 days, something like that. I had to be calling them constantly because, I was part of the staff, so I had access to the phone number of the HR director. And I started calling her, and I'm like, what happened? And she was ignoring me. She was actually ignoring me for the longest time. She didn't respond to my phone calls. She didn't respond to my voicemails. She took however long she wanted to respond to the emails. And they actually changed their excuse 3 times. They changed the story 3 times. So you could see that they were actually just trying to give something to fire me at that point. Like, when they are actually looking for an excuse. which it sucks because I really didn't do anything. I was being extremely careful, like that was my dream job. I love teaching and I love the medical field. Of course that I was gonna be happy there. And out of the blue they just come around, push me away. And believe me, that is extremely painful, guys. When you actually feel that you're doing everything right, when you feel that you're giving your biggest effort, and suddenly somebody comes out of the blue and they take off. Well, I don't know how to say this phrase, or if you guys even say this phrase in English. In Spanish, we have a phrase that we say, "Te quitaron el tapete." That it basically means they pull the rug. Actually, yes, you guys use it. I just didn't thought about the word. So they pulled the rug, and well, I'm unemployed now, and that was very painful because it was not even because, you know, when you do something wrong, you know it, and even if you don't want to be humble and accept it, you have to because it's the reality. Like there's nowhere else to go with that, right? But when you actually didn't do absolutely anything that you could consider wrong, it hurts a lot. It really hurts because it feels like you're not being appreciated. I already suffered a lot of the so-called imposter syndrome. I always felt that I was doing things wrong, and I actually started feeling 10 times worse because now, without a reason, I was pushed away from a job that I genuinely thought from the bottom of my heart that I was doing right. And it hurts. It really hurts. And those are the things in reality that push me into doing this podcast. I'm used to record for the podcast because I recently started doing the streaming. So I started working on my podcast. I started working on my YouTube, Twitch, and everything career because I have always wanted to do it. I just never did it because that typical fear of failing. But my wife actually started encouraging me, and she told me like, okay, you're not working right now, you're looking for work, so why don't you give it a shot? Like, you're still gonna be working, you're still gonna be looking for work, but you can give it a shot. Like, it's not something bad to dream and want to do something, And I remember like being completely freaked out, and I ended up deciding that, okay, I'll do it. No, crap. So here. It actually sucks feeling this way, and I still feel it. Honestly, I didn't even got that carajo sensation, that feeling of closure at any point, at any given point, because when I was finally able to talk with the college, I actually told them like, hey, you guys are talking crap. I want to do the rightful I actually want to do the right steps of this. I want to have a mediation. I want to make an actual investigation. You guys to show me that I did what you guys say that I did, and that I made a mistake. Show me that I actually made the mistake. And their response was actually, honestly, very shitty. The HR person literally just said, no, we actually stand by our decision. And I'm like, why do you? Like, from what? Like, what evidence are you giving me that you're not just firing me because, por tus huevos? that you're firing me. And I was freaking out at that point because I couldn't actually make them show me that I had actually made a mistake. And they actually just muted me at that point. Like, they stopped responding. And I was very freaked out. I was really angry, to be honest. I love seeing the lava falling down like that. I actually wanted to... Guys, how many of you, when you know that you're guilty, when you know that you did something wrong, how many of you guys actually ask, show it to me? Like, of course, there's a few people that are extremely cynical that they still want to do it. I personally am not like that. If I feel any type of guilt, I'm gonna run the hell away. Like, I don't like being pointed at my mistakes. And they literally just said no, and they pushed me away. And, well, you know, again, going with the exact same point, with the exact same topic, expectations. Everybody who knew that I was in that job had the expectation of, oh, you're settled. Like, you're settled for forever now. And I'm like, no, because things happen. And, for example, my parents, to be specific, their immediate response was, what did you do? And I'm like, nothing. I really didn't do anything. And even at this point, my parents still think that it was my fault 100%, or at least in the greatest part, for me to lose the job. They still think that I did something that caused me to get fired because. And I remember, like, talking to them and everything. And I, of course, like any son, I was going and trying to look for some validation, for some, what would be the word? Some care, you know? Like some point of empathy for them to make me feel better, for them to console me or something. And what I got, it was my parents telling me, hey, you gotta change your life because you're not listening to us. You screwed up and you actually lost your job and everything because you didn't listen to us. And I'm like, okay. Like, of course, you guys know, again, I'm an adult. I am a big boy, you know? And I'm not debating if I actually had to listen to them or not, because I know that they had nothing to do, first, with me getting the job, or second, with me keeping the job or not. And it was just something honestly painful to hear, because from the people that you expect the most, like the people that you are supposed to be able to actually hear some type of, you know, consolation, some type of understanding, some type of care, or at least that's what I thought. I got nothing but an extremely cynical response in which they were just explaining to me how I made more mistakes. And again, I had disappointed them because I was showing not to be capable of keeping the job. And there I am with a big O on my face, on my mouth, wondering how did I become the evil guy in this situation. Again, expectations. And just like that, I started talking to them. I started like any dumb son, trying to excuse myself, trying to like show them that I was not doing anything bad or so. And actually what happened was completely the opposite. I remember telling them that I never did anything wrong or so. And The response was, you know what? This is a sign from the world. This happened because you need to change your career and you need to become an engineer or an electrician. And I'm like, really? Are you serious? Like, really? So, yeah, that's how things basically ended in there. It was extremely sad for me, to be completely honest, because it simply was not the support that I was expecting. Then I ended up getting my new job. I'm again in the medical field. I'm specifically in a type of clinic that I have always wanted to be. I'm not gonna give specifics. Maybe with time, but at least at this point, I'm not gonna give specifics because I don't wanna dox anything I shouldn't. And I am very happy because of my job and everything. I'm gonna start in February, and their response was, "But what are you gonna do about it? Like, what do you mean? Like, what am I gonna do about it? Like, I'm gonna work. Like, what are you expecting me to respond?" The comment was, "But what, are you gonna get another job? Like, are you gonna hold two jobs or something?" And I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, you're gonna be working at night because that job is just at night, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's at night, so what?" And they're like, "Well, what are you gonna do during the day?" And I'm like, "Sleep? Like, the vital functions of my body, like surviving." And their immediate reaction, well, her immediate reaction was, "Well, so you're gonna be wasting more time." And I'm like, what? It actually like caught me way off guard, and that expectation that they seem to have, it's unreal. They think that it's easy to keep a job that I'm gonna be working more than 40 hours a week, and it's gonna be simple, because it's simple. And I tell my mom, why would I have to put myself through that much stress? Why do I have to push myself so hard again? If I'm already gonna have a job and everything. And her response was actually what it hurt me the most. That they were tired of seeing me in a hard situation. Where I didn't have money, where I don't have money, where I have a hard what's the word, economical situation, and that they want to see that I finally took the decision of switching my career and everything, because they wanna finally see me with money, because so much people outside, so many children that live in the US and stuff like that, they actually sustain their parents. They actually, like, she of course had to start bringing people, I'm not gonna start naming again, but like, look for example at ex-friend, like ex-son of my friend. He's living in the US, and because he has money, because he's successful and everything, he is actually sending money to her every month and everything, and he actually sent to get her, and now she's gonna go to the US with him and everything because he has money. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So yeah, those things not only burn you, they actually hurt, and they actually hurt bad. At this point, I'm using the stream as my therapy. But I'm actually doing it this way because I want you guys to have that same notion. I am not afraid of sharing. I'm not afraid of letting you know who I am, what I do, and stuff like that. Obviously, with the correct level of care, because I also don't want to affect uh, my job, my position, or the people around me. Because the last thing I want to do is dox somebody that I shouldn't. Well, actually, I shouldn't dox anybody, period. I am one of the people that believes that doxing should be against the complete rules of any streaming platform because that shouldn't be done. There. That at least gives me a little bit of light towards the place down there. I get to see what is there. And if monsters come around, they get hurt. Sweet. So, anyhow, that was the initial response at that moment. They actually started chastising me. Because according to them, I don't have the economic level that I should have. Because I'm still not who they expect me to be. And they actually got more people on board. I'm not gonna say who, I'm not gonna explain why. But they got more people on board. And more people started calling me, more people started talking to me. And they were all saying the same. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna get more money? When are you gonna finally fulfill what you're supposed to do? And I'm like, and what exactly in the hell am I supposed to do? Survive? Be a good husband? Realize that I cannot overburn myself with an extensive week that it's gonna be already more than 40 hours? Like, what about my sanity? What about my feelings? What about my health, you know? And they're like, yeah, but you should be able to do the things that everybody else does. And I'm like, oh, wow. Great. Like, so now I gotta measure myself that way. So, yeah, it got hard. And, well, they don't even know at this point that I have a podcast. They don't know that I'm streaming. And if everything goes well, they won't know. Because the last thing I want is for them to start meddling in this kind of things of mine. Not because they are actually gonna create an impact on it, because I'm gonna do with my content what I want, and I'm gonna do it in the way that I want it. But they are still gonna try. Just like I told you guys in a moment ago, if their immediate response to me getting a new job or me losing my job was, why can you not be like what we want? I think you guys get the perspective of how unreal it becomes with this kind of people. So I wanna make sure that number one, I can express myself with my podcast, with my streamings, with my videos and everything, that I can be myself, that I can actually show you guys, show my community, show my fans who I am. Who is the person sitting in front of the camera? Who is the person sitting in front of the streaming? I was thinking how to say it. And be myself. And I'm not gonna take that from anybody, that they wanna censor me, they wanna change me. It always happens. It's like, for example, just to give you an idea, my dad, he is a huge fan of, music equipment, talking about like fancy speakers and stuff like that. He loves his music and everything. I love my music, but I would never spend what he does in a speaker. It's way too much money. Like, we're talking about a speaker that is like $500-$600, something like that. And I remember once they came to see me, and they were talking about my dad wanting a new speaker, and he wanted to go and get it in a city nearby. And he asked me like, "Oh, so why don't you come with me and everything?" And I'm like, "Dad, are you seriously gonna spend that much on that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I want it. Like, I love my speakers and stuff." And I was very, I wouldn't say confused, because I also understand, having your likes and fixations and stuff like that. So I understand up to a certain point. And like any gamer, I have my equipment. I have my computer, which it's a gamer computer, but it's an extremely basic setup. It was the stock one. I didn't customize it at all, because I didn't have the money back then, and I still don't have the money. But because I'm gonna make an actual career of this. I want to do it like little by little, at least. And I remember he just looked at my living room and looked at my PS5 and asked me, "Why would you waste your money on that?" Or he was nagging me because he says that I don't know how to budget my money and stuff. And I'm like, "Why do you say that?" And he's like, "Because you keep buying this." And he points at my video games. He points at my PS5. He points at my computer. And I'm like, "Really?" Said the man that just paid $600 for a speaker. So again, expectations. Things are gonna hurt you. Things are gonna make you feel bad. Things are gonna feel like you're not doing the things right. And believe me, guys, I know how complicated it can feel. And I know how bad things in reality can get, because I have experienced a lot of those things through my life. Me and my wife, we both have actually gone through a lot, because we were the basic underdogs, especially in our families. And it doesn't matter how much you have actually grown from that type of trauma, it doesn't go away. And I don't mean it in a mean or ominous way, because it's not what I'm going for. But this is my point. You learn how to live with it. You learn how to be stronger than it. And those things are actually what are gonna make you feel better little by little. It doesn't matter how complicated it looks. It doesn't matter how hard everything seems. You guys are always gonna be able to be stronger than the circumstances. But it's a matter of, fighting. Keep fighting. Don't give up because it's hard. Look at me now. In spite of my depression, in spite of my anxiety, I have my beautiful and loving wife. I have a job that I like, and it's gonna pay me the money that I need. Yeah, I have my puppy, I have my cats, I have my video games, I have my music and everything, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Period. As simple as that. It doesn't matter who likes it or who not. It doesn't matter if they think that it's a worthy thing to do or not. It's my decision. And guys, it's your decision what you gotta do, what you wanna do, what you will do with your life. I love actually having conversations like this with all of you guys, even if we are not like fully conversing yet, because I'm still working on making this community grow, so it's gonna take a while. I'm aware of that. But the point is this: it doesn't matter how actually hard it feels. Keep going. I'm gonna do it with you guys, because I'm not gonna give up on this dream of becoming someday an influencer, someday a personality that you guys will recognize. And I don't want to do it just because of the fact of I want to be famous. I feel that the life is gonna be perfect if I become a star. No, I know that it doesn't work that way. But the way that it's gonna work, I want to be basically the help, the aid for for my people, for my community. I want you guys to have a safe space for you to come and talk with me, for you guys to come and hang out while I'm doing my streamings, when I'm doing my videos. Eventually, I'm actually gonna have like the whole thing. I'm gonna have a Discord server, and we're gonna be doing activities and streamings and chats and whatever, and we're gonna enjoy it. And it's gonna go as simple as that, because that is the whole purpose of this, for us to enjoy. I am gonna be trying to get some more games, because I know not everybody it's especially fondled with Minecraft, and I know that in order to actually make our community grow, I need to be open for more things. So far, for you guys to know, the FPS that I was able to actually make run really well on my computer, and I'm able to stream it. I actually did a little bit of a sample a little earlier today. It's Counter-Strike 2, like the one in Steam right now. And I am gonna be honest again, I love being upfront on these kind of things. I am not a great gamer. I love gaming and everything, but I'm an idiot. You guys have seen it through all this. And I don't want you guys to have the idea that I'm gonna be playing perfectly, because it won't happen. Okay? But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be doing the best that I can. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it. Let's open one more. Oh, I went one further. Crap. OCD. Okay. So what I was saying is, I'm not a hugely great gamer. I know how to play the basics and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And I'm actually gonna be really happy making a fool out of myself. You wanna know why? Because I wanna make good memories with you guys. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. And that's actually what I want to do on this space, on this stream. That I want us to start talking about games that you guys like, that you guys want me to play. I wanna see what you expect from seeing me, from watching my streamings. And I'm willing to play a little bit of anything. Oh, my whole body hurts. And I'll be more than happy. So 1, 2, 3, then 4. So it's gonna be right here. Glorious. Damn it. Anyhow, I actually want to see if I can use the glass panels for this. Now that I already started digging it and marked it, I can go and try to get it. Well, what I was saying is, I'm willing to play a little bit of anything. Okay? Of course, guys, keep it mindful. Keep it in a way that we're not gonna get banned. And I'm gonna be happy to play a little bit of everything. Let's see. Okay, so here. Vamos a ver. And just for you guys to know as well, I have actually mentioned it again. English is actually my second language, so you guys are gonna see me frequently actually jumping from English to Spanish. I do it a lot because it works for me in a way that I can complement my own thoughts. And you know what? I'm so open to have a relationship with my community that even if you guys want, and if you guys are willing to, like, I can set it up for like a subscription or so, and I can give you like little Spanish classes, or if you speak Spanish and you want to learn English, I can actually help you too. Practice it and everything as well. Like, in the end, I also need to grow myself. So, why not? Let's see. So here, 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 here. So it's one off. So here, here. Okay, one off. Aquí. Let's see, right there. No, what the heck? Oh. Okay, right there. I knew I was doing it wrong. Okay, let's see. I honestly hope that this works because I have never tried to do it with glass panels before. That didn't help me to see anything. Okay, let's check out. Okay, it does seem like it actually works. So we're gonna do exactly the same thing that I did on the other side. And well, so I'm actually willing to do all those kind of things because I wanna help you. I wanna humor you, and you know what? It also makes me happy. So why not? I actually heard a few people complaining during one of my other streams, saying that why do I do everything with glass? And I'm here thinking, why the hell not? Look at that. I can actually do a whole thing just with glass. That it's gonna be interesting, it's gonna be cool, and I'm gonna love it. Was that a purple drop? Could swear I saw a purple drop. Let me see. I need to go and get more lava. At least 2 more buckets. Anyhow, and I'm enjoying it. And I hope you guys are as well. I'm gonna be doing a lot of weird stuff because I also have my own weird personality, as you guys can see. And I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And if people don't like me, well, so what? If you guys like me, welcome. If you don't, welcome. Something I was mentioning in my podcast a few days ago is that I actually want to be for you guys not only a safe space for you to express yourself and everything, because yes, I definitely want to do that, but I also want to give you guys the chance for you to actually feel comfortable, completely comfortable. How is this? I basically want you guys to actually feel good by talking to me, by sending me, your messages, your chats and stuff like that. I really want you guys to feel good with anything. I don't know why that came out like that, whatever. I have been told, and I'm gonna keep making that comment until I truly believe it, because it's really hard for me to actually still believe it. Um, a lot of friends of mine, a lot of people that knows me have told me that I have a very soothing voice, that I can calm them down. That's actually one of the reasons why I'm using the type of music that I'm using. It's a type of lo-fi. Um, they're relaxing. I like them. They give me that sensation of easiness. Of I'm happy. Ah! Come on, come on, come on, come on! So I'm gonna be happy with anything like that. If you guys come to my channel, if you guys go to my what's the word? My podcast, and you actually have a good time, and you can actually start feeling relaxed, feel sleepy, feel calm, I'm gonna be happy with that. A lot of people think that that if you fall asleep while talking or listening to the podcast or something, I might get mad, because I have actually been told that before. I don't. I really won't. You guys want to know why? Because I am one of the people that actually does that kind of things. I have something. I was talking about it. I do not remember if it was in a video in the YouTube channel or if it was in an episode of the podcast. I actually I love stand-up comedy, and very oddly, I'm gonna say, I feel relaxed when I hear it. There is a stand-up comedian that he's from Mexico. Again, my first language is Spanish, so of course, my first approach to him as a comedian was when I was in high school. So I was, what can I tell you, 15, 16 top. So 15 years ago. And nowadays, if I listen to his sketches, he does like a few shows and stuff like that, I actually feel extremely relaxed, up to the point that if I turn on my TV with YouTube on his channel, I can sleep like a baby, and I feel good about it because I feel relaxed. I feel good. And if I'm able to evoke that type of feelings in you guys, I'm gonna feel really happy. I'm gonna be really satisfied. You wanna know why? Because then that means that I'm being positive for your life. Whether if it's because you actually feel my voice soothing, I can barely pronounce that word, or because you guys are enjoying my content and you guys are tired, or simply because you find me boring as hell, I don't care, as long as it helps you. Okay, that looks weird there. So I don't care if it's because you're bored or whatever. Just enjoy it. If that helps you to sleep and everything, why would that be a problem? Why would I feel offended? Completely the opposite. That means that I'm fulfilling the purpose that I started these things for. To be a safe space for my community. To be a safe space for my wolf pack. And you guys know I have to also eat and everything, so I'm gonna be doing some promotions and stuff like that. For example, right now I got my first I don't know how to call it, if sponsor or what exactly to call it, to be completely honest. Partnership, I guess. I got my partnership with an energy drink with Dubby, and I actually get to enjoy it a lot, thankfully, because my anxiety, my depression and everything makes it really hard for me to sleep. Gosh, I hate that my streaming, it's actually getting jammed. I really apologize. I don't know why it's happening. Whatever. Dubby actually gives me a really good feeling on the aspect that it helps me to feel restored. It helps me to feel energetic, and it doesn't give me that typical weird hype that normal energy drinks give you, you know? That one that you feel that your body is basically vibrating. At least on me, it makes me feel really good. And it helps me to actually be able to keep going on, even with very few hours of sleep. And I enjoy it because it's really good tasting. So if you go to the Dubby webpage and you use my code, it's silver. See how I spell it in my channel? You know, it's SILV as in Victor AHR, all in caps. You're gonna get a 10% of discount in all your purchases. And they actually just brought right now a new flavor, a new presentation, and some new collectible cups as well, because they are not the typical energy drinks, the ones that you get in the store and stuff, but they are this type of energy drinks that they come in powder for you to mix. They are kind of like the what's the word? The protein that people takes before going to the gym. And believe me, it's actually really good. I really enjoy it. I really like it. And well, you're gonna get a discount. Like, what else can I say than that? It's actually a benefit just from enjoying some time here with me, watching me be an idiot in Minecraft. And you also get the benefit that, like I said, you can actually express yourself with me. You can come and tell me anything that it's concerning you, and we're gonna start talking about it. I actually wanna make that basically customary of our community. I want you guys to feel in the confidence of telling me what do you have on your head, what it's on your mind, what it's currently scaring you, and we're gonna work with it. We're gonna find ways to make you feel better. We're gonna find ways for you to actually start improving yourself. And I don't mean this as a life coach or something like that. I'm not one for that. It's gonna be more on the aspect of you guys are gonna start feeling better. You guys are gonna be able to talk things out. You guys are gonna be able to just fool around and feel good. Okay? So I'm gonna do 2 more changes in here, and we're gonna be done with today's streaming for now. I might join again a little bit later. I'm gonna start working on my computer. I wanna see if I can make the FPS run. I don't know why I said FPS. It's FPS, first person shooter. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it run in my computer, and I'm gonna try to stream a little bit. I'm not gonna fully announce it with schedule and everything, because it's not going to be let's call it official streaming, because I still don't know if it's gonna happen, if I'm gonna be able to make it, because I still have to work on my computer, and the last thing I want is to, promise and not fulfill. So, let's see. There. I need more glass. I wonder. Oh, interesting. That actually looks a lot better than the other one, and it doesn't let me fall on the lava. That's great to know. That's actually really, really great to know. Okay. Okay, that is so much better. Nice. That's actually very sweet for now. So I got those. I'm gonna be making those towers of lava. Number 1 because I can, number 2 because I like them, and number 3 because it keeps moths away, because they're afraid of light and they are afraid of lava most of the time. Most, not every. And we're gonna be working with that. I wanna go all the way down. I'm gonna make a way down, and I'm gonna be trying to do and get everything I can from down there. So I see the zombie that I was able to hear right now. I have no clue if there was anything closer, because that sounded behind me. it's still kind of empty-ish towards that side, so we'll see. Same there. What I can do as well is just open this pathway a little bit and kind of like dig from inside, going and doing a little bit of a spiral inside of there and create like a little staircase. We'll see. I still have to think about what I'm gonna be doing with that. Oh well. So I always love finishing my podcast, my videos, and my streamings in the same way. You guys already heard before why I decided to call this podcast, the community and everything, the Wolf Pack, because I want us to become a group as dependable as a wolf pack in the nature, because I want us to protect each other like wolves do it in the nature, because I want us to be there for each other so that we can become the apex predators of everywhere else. So, like I always love saying, my dear Wolfpack, if you ever need me, howl, and I'll be there, hearing you. So don't be afraid. So, it's really, really nice to see all of you guys. And believe me, I'm extremely happy about everything that we're doing here. I'll see you guys later. If you have any suggestion or any request about what you want me to talk about in the next episode of my podcast, or in the next video in my YouTube channel, or in my stream here in Twitch, whether if it's the topic you want me to talk about or the game you want me to play, just let me know, and I'm gonna be seeing how to make you guys happy. So, have a wonderful night, guys. Love all of you. See ya.